Tennessee Congressman Mark Green is on that committee and joins us with what we can expect in the coming days. It is good to see you. Thank you for being here, sir.
Thanks for having me on the show, guys.
Of course. You know, this conversation has ramped up a lot over the last week or so. You know, you question if we're trying to do too much with so little time before the election when it comes to mail-in ballots, when it comes to the Postal Service. Is there not enough time?
Well, for 46 states, they've absolutely got to either change their voting dates or, do something, because there isn't enough time for them to go out, come back, and get in for election day. And you can look at what's happened in New York. You know, Carolyn Maloney's district. It's I don't think it's been decided yet. It was June 23rd when the primary, the mail-in ballots are still coming in. It's ridiculous to even think that would be acceptable for our presidency.
Congressman, Democrats say the president's up to something and they are not happy. Take a listen.
Efforts that the Postmaster General are taking right now have to do with sabotaging and stealing an election. Donald Trump gave his directive. He does not want universal mail-in voting because he believes it will compromise his ability to win.
And if Mr. DeJoy refuses to appear, he should be stamped return to sender.
Look, Congressman, they are basically accusing the president of disenfranchising voters. Nancy Pelosi said as much. So is that what the president's trying to do here?
Absolutely not. Look, at first it was the Russia probe, then the Mueller investigation, the impeachment sham, looking into Trump's financial holdings, looking into his tax returns. They've done nothing but weaponize this oversight committee against the executive branch, against President Trump. And that's what they're doing here to force their agenda for mail-in voting. They're basically going to hold this hearing against the president. It's insane. The Postal Service lost $8.8 billion last year. We should be looking into waste, fraud, and abuse. And as far as an urgent need to fix it for November, the COVID-19 has been a horrible thing for our country, but they've seen $2.9 billion more in package sales or package revenue, and don't need the $10 billion we loaned them from the CARES Act until the fall of 2021. So they're not in an emergent crisis right now. We don't need to have this oversight hearing for anything other than just another conspiracy theory from Nancy Pelosi and folks like Adam Schiff.
All right, so how does this play out?
Well, we're going to have another hearing. It'll be a lot of theatrics. You'll see emotional pleas for every single person to count. Look, we had a hearing here in Tennessee. Our Supreme Court looked at it. It's very clear that COVID-19, if you can stand in line to buy your groceries, you can stand in line to vote, or you can do an absentee ballot where they actually vet who you are and send it to your home, as opposed to a mass mailing where you 5 people lived in that apartment over the last 10 years and all 5 ballots go to that house and one person sends them in. If they can't see this, well, they can see it. They know what they're trying to do.
Sir, we appreciate your time. Congressman Mark Green, as always, thanks for getting up with us and elucidating us on what is going on with the Postal Service. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks, Todd. Thanks, Julie.